What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is set to raise electricity prices for all households and industries for the first time in many years. The move will impact heavy users the most, namely the country's major chip makers. Joyce Zeng reports.
After years of suppressing energy costs, Taiwan will raise both residential and industrial electricity prices in April. This will end 6 years of shielding people in Taiwan from soaring global oil prices. The move is making some people nervous, but others say they knew the artificially low prices couldn't last forever.
怎么涨那么多？我现在已经觉得蛮贵的了，而且夏天又要开冷气。
国际性的你们也解决不了。
电价一上涨，那所有的物资一定会上涨。如果说政府因为成本的问题要涨价，也希望它的幅度不要太大。
Over the years, Taiwan's state-owned power company Taipower has racked up more than $14 billion in losses to give the country some of the lowest electricity prices in the world. But that's set to change. Local reports say consumers that use under 500 kilowatt hours will face a 5% price increase, 7% for 500 to 1,000 kilowatt hours, and at least a 10% hike for users of over 1,000 kilowatt hours. According to Taipower, the average household uses about 300 kilowatt hours each month, and closer to 450 in the summer. Taiwan's premier has tried to ease concerns about the impact of these hikes.
使得电价的调整能够让各个企业都能够有充分的发展，而每一个家户也都能够负担得起。
The rate hike would hit major power users like chip giants TSMC and Micron the hardest. Addressing potential repercussions for Taiwan's most lucrative industry, Economy Minister Wang Meihua expressed confidence in TSMC's energy efficiency and said Taiwan's electricity prices are still lower than in other countries. With final rates still to be released, some people in Taiwan are already bracing to bear the costs. Howard Zhang and Joyce Zhen for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese chip giant TSMC has confirmed that it will build 2 packaging plants in southern Taiwan. The 2 facilities will be equipped with advanced chip stacking technology. The project comes out of an agreement between TSMC, the central government, and the Jiayi County government. Officials say it will create 3,000 jobs and help boost Taiwan's semiconductor supply chain. Vice Premier Zheng Wen-san thanked TSMC for keeping its roots in Taiwan as it extends its global reach through overseas plants. Construction of the new Jiayi plants will start next month and should be complete by late 2026. The Sunflower Movement sparked the creation of many small parties in Taiwan, representing the interests of younger voters. But the most prominent of these parties is now fighting to stay relevant. Tiffany Wong takes a closer look.
At a small office in New Taipei, the New Power Party is still hard at work, even as the momentum from the student protests that sparked its creation nearly a decade ago dies down.
的确，我觉得时代力量是因为太阳花运动而起来的一个政党。那这10年来，其实社会运动或是人民对于政治和未来的期待是逐渐变少的。
The NPP was known for its strong pro-independence stance and its rejection of China's claims over Taiwan, with its roots in the 2014 sunflower protests against the Kuomintang-led legislature's review of a services trade agreement that would have increased Taiwan's economic ties with China. The NPP was also boosted by its charismatic leaders, who came to prominence during the Sunflower Movement. They included Cornell-educated legal scholar Huang Guochang and rocker-turned-politician Freddie Lim. The party was also known for appealing to a new class of progressively minded young voters, looking for an alternative to Taiwan's two-party deadlock.
The New Power Party was really sort of the formalized version of the Sunflower Movement's activism and spirit that wanted to see a meaningful change in Taiwanese politics. Really wanted to see the KMT not win another presidential election, but also felt a certain sense of dissatisfaction with the DPP.
In its first legislative elections, the NPP won 5 seats, becoming the 3rd largest party after the DPP and KMT. But in this year's elections, the NPP didn't win a single seat in the legislature, leaving lawmaking up to the 2 largest parties and a newer third force party, the Taiwan People's Party. Experts say the NPP's organizational structure made it difficult for members to advance the party's goals, causing some of the NPP's biggest politicians to jump ship, leaving the party struggling to stay afloat.
Support for what the NPP stood for, anti-KMT sentiment, pro-independence politics, those didn't necessarily fluctuate and wane with the party's decline. Instead, what happened with the new power party was a lot of the internal mechanisms that made the party run were pretty disastrous.
But those left at the NPP say they are making do with the few resources they have, and that they accomplished a Herculean task.
我想每一个人离开时代力量都有他的想法，但不可讳言的是，在台湾的政治结构里面，作为一个小党，要能够发挥理想，要能够被看见，要能够拥有资源，都是非常不容易的一件事情。
Now, with no party holding a majority in the legislature, the Third Force Taiwan People's Party is expected to be the determining factor in future policymaking, including cross-strait relations. And if the trade agreement with China is brought up again, it's unclear which side they will take. But the NPP says they'll be waiting in the wings, still here to stand for those looking for an alternative to Taiwan's traditional politics. Scott Huang and Tiffany Wong in New Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese artists are winning hearts at a major independent comic festival in the U.S. Harrell Hughes outlines the story.
Really pretty. High praise for Ellie's artwork. She's an artist from Taiwan, participating for the first time in the Museum of Comic and Cartoon Art Festival in New York City. Thousands of independent artists and visitors came, and Ellie was surprised by the outpouring of support.
其实我比较冲击，就是他们说哇，你真的很棒，你真的是你的作品很特别，你真的很棒，很赞。就是平常在台湾其实不会受到这么多的夸奖。
As part of her booth, visitors could commission a portrait, hand-drawn on the spot.
I really like her style. I think that where she really shines is like her bold colors and also like the fluidity of her lines. And I really liked the idea of seeing myself like through her eyes and through her image because she creates such like beautiful things.
Ellie is one of 2 Taiwanese artists participating in this year's festival. The other artist goes by the name Pam Pam. And just like Ellie, noticed visitors were excited to learn more about her work.
我觉得是因为这边的气氛，就是美国的人可能比较爱聊天，所以他们也很想知道我作品的想法跟为什么会想要画这样的东西，所以我们的交流其实是非常多的。
Pam Pam was part of a panel discussion with other artists to discuss more about her projects. But it was one part of her booth that drew the most attention: her "Make the Future Great Again" hats and pins.
那之所以为什么会拿这句话来当 slogan， 是因为我自己是对未来比较绝望一点的。那我当然是会希望未来很好啦。那我就觉得用这句话是可以代表我的心情，然后又可以达到就是一点讽刺的效果。
It was the first time both Pam Pam and Ellie presented their work at the festival. But both artists left with a good impression, and the visitors left with big smiles and new art. James Lin and Harrell Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
A 17-meter sperm whale has been spotted off Taiwan's east coast, well ahead of the usual season for whale watching. The whale was seen from a boat sailing off Hualien County. Sperm whales don't usually come near Taiwan until May, but they've been appearing more often this year, with at least 10 individuals spotted in the area so far. Authorities are unclear why the whales have been appearing so early.
是不是它是因为食物而过来，还是因为季节而变化而过来？这件事情其实目前还不是那么的了解。
Changhua in central Taiwan is seeing a huge increase in the number of migrating gray-faced buzzards, with sightings doubling in the past 8 years. Local authorities say the number of buzzards seen each year has gone from 16,000 8 years ago to more than 33,000. These birds of prey breed in Japan and spend the winter in Southeast Asia, with Taiwan and Changhua in particular forming a midpoint on the air migration route. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Before we go, get your treats ready for this footage of the UK's Crufts Dog Show, where an Australian shepherd named Viking was crowned best overall. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.